Hey, this is Jacob Haynes with Incessant Ad Reviews, and I take the ads that you and I see across the internet and YouTube and rate them based off of their incessance, videography, effectiveness, and we dig into a little bit of the business model. Today, we're digging into Dr. Squatch. I'm sure you've seen it. And as we get into it, let's talk about where do these commercials come from? It seems like after each year, this type of commercial only gets more and more popular. And actually, Swell Entertainment nailed this before I was even able to get to it, so I can't claim it 100%, but I believe it started with Dollar Shave Club, the first subscription box for shaving. And what kind of commercial would you categorize this as? You'd categorize this as, a very casual, fun, interactive, doesn't take yourself too seriously, and is super engaging. In fact, there seems to be formula in these commercials that I've kind of taken note of. For one, notice how these commercials have great cadence. There's never any lull in the conversation that really makes you zone out. It draws you in with a hook and something probably funny and keeps you engaged with humor and pace. They then educate you on why you should buy once they've had your attention and why the thing that you're using now isn't superior to what they're suggesting. Then they social proof you to drive the point home. Social proofing means reviews or, your buddy uses this, so you should probably use it too, or the millions of other customers who are switching to our soap. And then lastly, they say, hey, you got nothing else to lose. Your buddy's using it and you could try it too with a worry-free guarantee. So you got nothing to lose. Even though this might be probably the most incessant advertisement thus far, it is really effective, except for the Speedo that's involved in this. Which, side note, I think it's really funny how YouTube is so sensitive about everything that is posted to YouTube, except for when a company puts a guy in a Speedo and then throws millions of dollars for that video to be across YouTube, and YouTube's like, yeah, we'll give it to kids, it's fine. Beyond that, they do a great job at advertising, except for maybe one of the most recent ones. I don't know about you. I mean, I can get down with this commercial, but the ones where they're on the beach talking to girls about what the girls think of the smell of the soap is just obnoxious. Nothing against the girls or the people in the advertisement, but it's like, yeah, if a guy smelled like this,
really sexy.
If a guy smelled like that too, I'd be like, ugh.
And here's the thing, Dr. Squatch, they are right. In their commercial, they mention how these soaps that a lot of us use aren't good for you. And guess what? I'm actually their key demographic because I've been using more natural soap over the past few years because of that. Because studies are showing that, yes, these parabens and these artificial smells aren't good for your microbiome. They're not good for your testosterone. So A+ there. And usually, like I said, with me being their key demographic, I buy natural soap and try to support my local economy when I can, but I decided to try it myself since I've been getting their advertisements so much, and I went with the Bay Rum smell. Again, almost said flavor. And before we get into the review, let's talk about the business model behind it and what makes Dr. Squatch good. Again, it's a formula here that is attached to their funnel generation. And the formula is this, and you can use this for yourself, and it works for just about any company who has any kind of foothold in the market. First, they try to reel you in with a discount once they've educated you on why your soap is inferior. They then upsell you through free shipping and through other products. As I was going through it, I was bombarded with about 4 different offerings, from the point of adding my soap to the cart to actually getting a completed order notification, from the little soap stands to their deodorants to 50% off an additional bar to add it to. They're trying to increase their total cart value so that every time someone's spending at their website, they're spending more and more through these upsells. And even if they're not successful at that, even if it's only like me, you bought 1 bar of soap, they're fine with that because now they have you into their funnel, into their drip campaigns. And specifically what they're going to be looking for is long-term conversion. How can we get you back on the site? So they're going to be looking for subscriptions to bring in consistent revenue and or get you into more verticals for similar products, but not exactly soap, like deodorants, beard oils, and things of that kind of category. What makes them successful is not only just the way that they've managed their marketing, advertising funnel, things of that nature, but it's also in the products themselves. What I'm realizing in starting my own brand is that the key to successful brand is, of course, market and just making sure you're releasing something that people want, but it's margins. I was just doing a little bit of research on like, what if I wanted to make my own natural soap and sell it? And the margins are quite substantial. The soap I got, that's a pretty big bar of soap from what I've seen. Bought it for what, $6 or $7. After doing my math, they're probably making the soap for $1 or $2 each. And that's including, bulk goods, cost of goods, the labor. They're probably selling it for something like 300 to 500% markup or more. And that's something I would take away as anyone who's wanting to start a brand is try to focus in on, of course, validating the market. But once the market's validated, how can you maximize your margins? And more importantly, how can you get customers back to either buy that same product, or how can you expand to make sure they buy similar products? And here's my review of a Dr Squatch. Again, I got the bay rum smell, and it smells really great, though it smells a little bit too good, if you know what I mean. Because if we look on the back here with all the ingredients made from natural oils, no harsh chemicals, cold processed, yada yada yada. It also includes the ingredients, so saponified oils, olive, palm, coconut, shea butter. But then it's interesting, natural fragrance. Natural fragrance is like natural sweeteners that you see, or natural flavors you see on LaCroix or candies. It has the word natural in it, but doesn't necessarily mean that it is best for you than actual organic compounds. And again, I don't know a ton here, so I'm a little bit outside of my realm, but from what I understand, essentially to be in that category, you just have to make sure you exclude, I think, things like parabens and a few other artificial compounds to be considered a natural fragrance. But that's the thing, it smells a little bit too good from the other soaps that I've used that actually have, organic oils in it. So a little bit suspect and potentially a greenwashed company and product, but hey, it's probably better than the off-the-shelf stuff that you're using now. And will I be buying this? Again, it smells really good. It's a pretty big bar of soap, which I like, but a problem is from the time that I ordered the soap to the time that I received it, it was over 2 weeks. Again, I'm not ordering soap going, oh, I need soap bad, and in a big rush, but to have the expectation that, okay, you're a big multi-million-dollar company, you're pushing ads to everyone, you're trying to get people in your funnel and trying to get product out the door, and it's taking you 2 weeks to fulfill a shipment, that's not too good. In fact, I would rather just go down the street and buy soap from the store if it's going to take me a few days to get them anyways. And also, I try to intentionally consume, meaning if I'm going to consume products, I would rather do so in the local economy and business owners that I know personally in my area than order from an e-commerce store if there's really not much of a distinguishing factor between them. Let's get down to our scores, our incessant score, our videography effectiveness score, and our business model score. So for one, in regards to incessants, it's our first 10 out of 10. I've probably seen a Dr. Squatch commercial hundreds of times. The videography score, 7 out of 10. Again, they've nailed the formula in regards to the advertising campaign, what they're saying and how they're trying to educate you. It's not bad quality, but there's nothing super beautiful about it, but it is well done. So 7 out of 10. Effectiveness score, 9 out of 10. When I was thinking about soap and I was actually running low recently, I was thinking about ordering Dr. Squatch for a while because it's just been so solidified in my brain of if I can't find soap in my local area or I miss my soap guy. Yes, I got a soap guy that I have a backup option, and I ended up doing it. They ended up converting me, even though it was for video, which still they converted me. It worked. So 9 out of 10. And the business score model, man, I would want to give this a 10 out of 10 because they are nailing their advertising campaign. They're nailing the amount of marketing that they're doing and getting in front of people. They're nailing the customer experience in regards to going through buying the product that you want and being upsold. So they have all these things that make a really successful company. Like you said, high margins, upsell opportunities, decent funnel management. But in the 21st century of Amazon and 2-day shipping, you can't be on back order. You can't be waiting 2 weeks to get soap. Now, I just reviewed the iPhone 13 and I actually just ordered the iPhone 13 Pro. And it's going to be over a month before I get it. And that's a phone. that's understandable, and a consumer can wait for something like that. But if it's something highly commoditized like soap, you just can't have that kind of experience of making them wait and constantly pushing them back, especially if you are pushing millions of dollars into the ad campaign to get people to convert. That's not a good experience from the forefront, and is going to affect people coming back to you if they think it's going to take forever to get the thing that they want. So I have to give them a 9 out of 10. Again, high margins, plenty of products, upsell opportunities in an emerging market that they seem to be nailing, but their customer experience after ordering could be better. And again, this is Jacob Haynes with Incessant Ad Reviews. Today I broke down what makes Dr Squatch successful, my even own experience in trying the brand. Let me know your thoughts. Have you liked it? Is there something else that you've seen, an advertising campaign that's been more incessant than this one? Please let me know and subscribe if you liked it, and I'll see you next time.